Wacko wacko. Good meowing. Eating dysmorphia. Erectile dysfunction. Syphilis buddy. Hi. Derek. Hello. Razor. Hello. Hi. 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 I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about eating disorders or if you're just not allowed to promote them, but I'm gonna risk it anyway. I'm just gonna go for it today. Hi everyone. Good meowing. Meowing. How are you doing? Hi. Hi. Hello. Good morning, Camp Boy. Hi, 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 hi. Um, how are you all? Happy Monday. The weekend is already over. Want to cry? I had a terrible week. No, no, it's not to complain. Like, I mean, I'm alive, right? And that's how low the bar is. So that's good. But I didn't have a great weekend. Hi, LDTGX. I wish I could like go back to Friday and do it over. Hi, Bo. Hi, hi, hi. Just don't tell people to get one or something. Jin says it's dopamine time. Hi, Maka. Eve. Hi. You are on Kick now. Hello. Bowen 01327374. Hi, good meowing. Good meowing, kiss. Hi, Zozo El Dodo 88. Nice to meet you. The bar is in hell. Well, Jin, we better go down there and get it. I need that bar for something. Back to the gym from this week. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Enjoy your workout. It's good to hear. Speaking of workouts, I actually skipped mine today. Ah! Well, yesterday, technically, because it's 4 o'clock in the morning now. But yeah, yesterday I skipped. What? Eve, thank you, sweetheart. You didn't have to, but thank you for the gifted sub. Also, Demi, I saw that earlier. Demi also gifted 2 subs. So if you're out there, thank you to both of you. Wow, it makes me feel happy. And hi, Master of Coconuts. At least streaming usually cheers you up. Here's hoping you feel much better after today. That's true. Like, streaming is actually, is streaming cheaper than therapy? Yes, it is. It definitely is. It must be. There's just no way. Therapies is very expensive. At least the kind of therapy I need is very expensive. Um, ah. So, where was I? Yeah, I skipped my workout yesterday because of something I want to talk about now, which is I've been planning some things, working on some things involving Mrs. Moonson and her story and whatever. Because a part of the reason I want to be a VTuber is to enjoy the creative process, and I found that yeah, streaming is just not enough. It's not scratching the full itch. So I've been cooking up a story that's been a while in the making, and I spent a lot of time the past several days working on the world building and really plotting things out. I also got help from very kind people, but now that I think about it, I'm not allowed to get help anymore. I'm not allowed to get help. Also, mods, if you're attracted to me or in love with me, you're fired. For sure, streaming gives you a chance of income. Therapy is just money out. Yeah, it's interesting. Very kind people. Wah, wah, wah. You're fired. You guys didn't see that tweet? I I can let you go now. What the fuck happened in the litter box? I almost nuked the litter box again today. I'm only in love with myself. Kiss, you're fine because you're a cat in real life. We can't love our boss now? She's firing mods now? Yeah. I'm firing mods and I want to nuke the litter box so bad. I had a strong sensation today that I'm definitely being watched by 3-letter agencies. Like they're in there. Like they are in there. They're in the litter box, right? And I joke all the time. I say absurdly inappropriate things. And the thing that kind of pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie, um, not that bad. Like I was a little bit upset, but I'm fine. Is that you guys like how do I say this in a nice way? How do I say this in a very nice way? So sometimes I make jokes and they're very bad and they're quite offensive. Right, whatever. But it's a joke. So haha, who cares? That's what I think. And then you guys scold me for it. Okay, and by you guys, I mean specific people in the community will scold me for jokes that I make. But then you egg me on later on. So it's giving me like mixed messages. Like, can I make jokes about grooming people or can I not? Like, pick a side. How can you do both? How can you tell me I'm a bad cat for, it's like you're spraying my face and then you're doing the same behavior or encouraging my behavior. It's very confusing. Think of what Pavlov's dogs must be going through if you keep tricking them between punishment and reinforcement all the time. Make your server 18 plus and you can joke about anything. I am pro jokes. Nuke it. Owari da. Moonsama can groom me, brush my hair. Eve, you're crazy. You're crazy. But yeah. I really don't think we have feds in there. If we did, they'd be like more awkward. Yeah. No, they're in there, Razor. I'm certain. I had a vision. The FBI is in Litterbox. I wanted to press the red button today. I was like, I don't need this. I don't need this. You know what else? You guys saw, did anyone see the Chibi reviewer drama? Chibi reviewer posted like a screenshot from a manga called Da Don or something like that. I can't remember the name. And it's very explicit. It's disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty gross. That's like my personal opinion. Whatever. But apparently, some people got so mad, they started doxing him and like threatening his family and threatening to kill him and all this stuff. And instead of being quiet about it, he's like, he's, I guess, collecting evidence and talking about it very loudly and publicly on social media. And like, why would feds care about the litter box? Derek, it's because I have delusions of grandeur and I think I'm more important than I am. Moonsama is too cute to eagle. Wait, that sounds wrong. Turn off the lights and they can no longer hide. That's smart, Mound. I should try that. Um, but yeah. Yeah. So Chibi Reviewer, he's like a YouTuber. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, but I do remember seeing one or two things by him. But I just find the gap between uh yeah, people who like viciously harass online personalities and like weirdos. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is like I wish some of those people had the same energy for like actually harmful individuals. I feel like there's a lot of weirdos on the internet, myself included. I'm quite weird. I make jokes and I say things sometimes that are, yeah, super inappropriate, but I don't mean it or whatever. But uh yeah, I guess that's illegal or something. I don't know. I don't think it should be. And it's not literally illegal like yet, at least yet. I shouldn't talk because I know that censorship laws are being passed with like things like misinformation and yeah, certain things online. Anyway, it might not be long in the future until you can be held like legally accountable for things you've written on the internet or said on the internet in the past. You're not that weird by VTuber standards, right, Syphilis? That's what I think too. I think when I look at other VTubers, I'm like, they get away with way, way worse and say way, way worse things. I think the thing that I have going wrong for me though is that I don't think I sound sarcastic enough. Something. It already happens sometimes. Eve, stop being nice to me. What? It's just the really bad ones, though. Well, yeah. Drama will be over in a few days, and we'll move on to the next one. Yeah. I mean, drama is drama. It's whatever. I guess it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I spend a lot of time thinking about that because I don't feel like I'll do something wrong, on purpose, But I realized that like because I don't have that built-in filter, a lot of the things that I say could very easily be taken out of context and meant or portrayed in the absolute worst light, and I can do nothing but own up to it. Like even in the litter box alone. But it's too late. So when I say nuke the litter box, I don't mean I think I can erase history, right? People have already gotten their screenshots, Discord themselves, log everything, and keep everything. So there's nothing I can really do. Whatever I said is already out there. But like to minimize the potential for me to dig myself a further grave in the future, I wonder if I should let go. The other thing I've seen is that some VTubers or streamers have like fan made communities where like there's like a fan Discord or whatever. Not saying that I have fans, but I'm saying that I could nuke the litter box and then if someone wanted to in the future, they could make their own thing. Enable dark mode on your end and you'll see their usernames glow. You guys are so smart. Look at you with all these ideas. Um, wah. But yeah, I was also thinking about mm, I was thinking about stories and creativity and questioning or what originality is and what authenticity is. So something that's important to me, um, nuke, just nuke it, right? I should. Fuck it. It's gone. Goodbye, litter box. I don't need you. The thing is, yeah. I mean, I don't. It is what it is. Like, whatever. Some people might be sad about it for 5 minutes, but not even. I don't even think 5 minutes. Like, I think it would be like a moment of disappointment, and then everyone would just be like, ah, whatever. Wow, no. Um, there's this thing that's in my head of like how much of me is really me and how much of me is everything that I've experienced in my life and all the things that have influenced me in some way or another. And I don't even know if it's worth spending time thinking about questions like these, but yeah, it's something that concerns me and disturbs me. It's one of the reasons why even though I want to watch other live streamers, especially VTubers, to understand the hype, to understand what people like about them, to understand what I'm doing wrong, um, I don't I don't want to be a clone of anyone, and I don't want to like accidentally adopt a personality or a style or something that's not authentic to me. And then I just get very confused because the truth is, if I was willing to be a chameleon and shapeshift, I could probably like transform myself, not in like a transgender way, but in the way of like making myself more marketable and more palatable to a general audience. Hi Jackie. Servers arrive and disappear. Servers come and they go. Chameleons are cute. Chameleon girl. Uwu. Actually, Eve, you should post some pictures of your VTuber, or are you gonna tease it? But yeah. Um, I'm not sure. I think sometimes I obsess a little bit about authenticity because I'm a little bit of a hipster and I want to be different. But yeah, when I'm planning this story, another thing that's at the top of my mind is about emotion. Like, how can I make this more emotional? I'm going to say something super sexist and correct me if you think I'm wrong. I don't care. You can fight with me. Um, at least when it comes to anime so far, I truly find uh this is super sexist. I don't know how else to say it. I prefer female writing, and I don't know if it's because I'm a woman. I don't know. And I don't know like I don't know what that has to do with anything other than I notice that I'm going to make huge generalities. Obviously there are exceptions. Obviously there are exceptions. But I feel like um male authors will have a tendency to focus on the details and intricacies of the world and making sure that no stone is left unturned and there's like all these possibilities, etc., etc., etc. And then female written stories, not always, but often focus more heavily on the character and the emotions and the subtle shift. It's not sexist, it's preference. Yeah, I think it is preference, but I think the way I word it can sound sexist. You call that sexist? I don't know what you would call me. You know what? I'm not saying that it's sexist. I'm saying that others may accuse me of it, and I think that it's a fair accusation if you want to be like, men can write emotional stories too. Well, duh, of course they can. But um I don't know. I found that, and I don't know if it's a bias. I don't know. I don't know what it is. When I've been looking for like new anime, one of the things I will do is like kind of go out of my way to look for anime that's written or directed or produced by a woman. And a lot of times they're already on my favorites list, and a lot of times I end up really enjoying them. And yeah, that doesn't mean I don't enjoy anything made by a man ever. I'm just saying that when it comes to things that end up being my absolute favorites a lot of the time, yeah. I think Mooney isn't sexist. She would never drink the gender fluid. I don't even know what that is. It depends. Some mangakas are great, others are not. Female mangaka tend to write some really good stuff, while a lot of male ones are pretty shallow. Usually, when you have a married duo who write a series, it's when you get amazing stuff. Ah, that's a good perspective that I hadn't considered as well. When you have like collaboration between the different sides. Um, anyway, I noticed that because when I was talking about my own story with someone and with various different friends, I noticed that like my tendency again is to focus on the emotional pacing and shifts of the characters involved, and then I found that they would sometimes focus a lot more on like the background and the details and the um mechanics or of like how some specific form of magic works or something like that. And while those things are, I mean, intriguing and they can add color to the story, I just find myself being like, ah, this is not the point at all. Like, this is just a backdrop. Anyway, do you prefer Harry P or Game of Tea? Neither. Neither. Um, my favorite author is Han Shi. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to spell it. It's a Chinese woman who writes gay romance. So that's that. Enjoy work. Have a good day. Yeah. Okay, I spent way too long on this topic, but good meowing, good afternoon, and good night, everyone, everywhere in the world. Welcome to Love Talk with me, Mrs. Moonson, where I, your host, investigate matters of the mind, troubles of the heart, and anime. I go live every single day at around 8 o'clock UTC, but these days I'm late more often than not. And I'm not sure why that is. I'm noticing a resistance in myself. I'm starting to become stubborn. My favorite author is Barbara Hanrahan. I spelt that wrong. Derek says, "Who? Who? My favorite book? Actually, I don't want to lie. It's called something like uh Light in the Deep Valley or something like that, but I don't know. It's in Chinese, whatever. And then my second favorite is Paper Airplane, and all of the books that I'm talking about are about men. Men dating men, so might not be in your interest. But I love her writing because she just has a way with like the way I described it is I was talking to someone today about like the structure of storytelling and how they were telling like I was looking for advice on pacing, and they said something like, "Oh, think of your story like a mountain, right? And you're like climbing all the way to the top or whatever." And I feel like most stories go that route. But that doesn't mean that all stories have to go that route, right? There are different ways of formatting a story and structuring a story. Men dating men written by a woman. Yes, LDTGX. Unironically, that is a very popular framework. For some reason, heterosexual women are obsessed with gay romance. And, you know, I don't know what to say. Is it objectifying? Maybe. I don't know. For me personally, I think part of the appeal, it has something to do with like, oh, there's two dudes or whatever. It's that sometimes I don't want to self-insert. I don't want to I don't want to be involved in the romance. I just want to watch from a distance. And I feel like too many times with a female protagonist, it's very easy to kind of slip into the role and think that it's about you and it just gets weird or whatever. So it's kind of nice. And also there are just subtle rules that are easier to break. And I'm talking about call it what do you call it? What's the term I'm looking for? Like gender roles or something like that. I don't know why more straight dudes don't like Yuri. I think it's because men in general are the opposite. They want to self-insert and they want to be a character in the thing. Bye, Eve. Enjoy, have fun. Mooney likes the chair. I like Yuri. Not always though. The way some mangaka draw yaoi manga is insane, or how violent they get. Well, I don't consume anything that's like violent or explicit. Really. And the books that I'm talking about are actually romance, and there's very little smut in them or anything like that. But anyway, I got really off topic. Where was I going with this whole conversation? I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. I do have a manga to recommend today, and that is called this manga is anybody recognize it? This is based on a light novel. And it might be referred to as the Bangaku Shoujo series. And there's like different manga and different books based on it. There may even be anime adaptations. I'm not sure. Um, it's also called Book Girl, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I'd never read anything Yuri or Yaoi, yeah. Um, wow. The mysterious school comedy centers on the unusual members of a high school literary club. Koko Amano, a high school senior who calls herself the literary girl, is the club president, but she's actually a supernatural creature, a yokai, that devours stories. She tears pages from the book to munch on them. Her club subordinate is Konoha Inoue, a second-year high school boy who read stories every day for Amano to eat. Like, literally. He'll, like, write a book, write short stories on his notebook, and then give her the pages to eat. Really funny. He once wrote an award-winning novel, but he wrote it under, like, a female pen name, like, pretending to be a 14-year-old girl instead of a 14-year-old boy. And the book did really well and became a bestseller. And yeah, the stress from the novel's fame turned him into an introverted recluse. So he's afraid of being found out that he's actually a guy. So even though, yeah, he struck unexpectedly. He struck gold, but it kind of backfired, I guess. Anyway, I haven't read much of this, but it looks interesting, and I wanted to talk about eating disorders today. I was going to talk about pica disorder specifically, and this is right up that alley. I don't know how crazy it gets. I only read a little bit. Um, Apparently there are 3 volumes and 23 chapters. It's categorized as a drama, mystery, romance. So if anyone's interested, you could give it a try. Because everyone's whoa when little girls do cool things. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that was like the premise was that like everyone was like, wow, oh my god, I can't believe a 14-year-old girl made this. Yeah. So yeah, he listened to the publisher that suggested that he use a pen name, and then wow. But then yeah, he meets this girl. It's a little bit unclear too, because the same day that he starts to like have that anxiety about his book, he witnesses a girl jump off their school building and like yeah, die. But then I guess he comes back to school, or he goes to high school. That was in middle school, yeah. Then in high school he starts seeing her ghost. But I don't know, whatever. And that's not really a spoiler because all of that happens in like the first couple of pages. I haven't read the whole thing, but it looks a little bit interesting. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about pica disorder because why not? And then I'm going to leave. I think we have someone in the community that might have it. Has anyone, before I do, has anyone actually dated someone with an eating disorder before? How did that go for you? Did you enjoy it? Japan moment. It's got to be kind of awkward. Oh, probably. I don't know. Um, actually, yeah, I don't know what it's like to date someone with an eating disorder, but I do know what it's like to have an eating disorder. I don't think I have. Huh. Well, well, anyway, pica. It's a mental health condition characterized by compulsive eating of non-food items. It's an eating disorder where the person consumes non-food items that have no nutritional value, and it involves eating things that aren't meant to be. For example, dirt, chalk, paper, hair, soap, buttons, clay, sand, paint, glue, and compulsively. So it's like they can't control themselves. It can occur in anyone, but it's most common in young children, pregnant women, and people with other mental health conditions such as autism, intellectual disabilities, or schizophrenia. I've dated a girl with depression, not sure if ED, but she did worry about her figure a lot. You can have the red crayon. I like the blue one. Clay probably goes crazy though. I did, but it was more body dysmorphia than ED, but I had to like help her overcome it a bit and love herself eventually. Oh, cool. I too had body dysmorphia. Not the trans kind, but the eating disorder. I kind of still do, but anyway, that's enough oversharing probably for one meowing. For the diagnostic criteria, it requires persistent eating of these items for at least 1 month. Being mentally developed beyond the point where eating such objects is inappropriate. So, like, if you're a toddler, this doesn't count. But if you're an adult and you're doing this, then that's cause for concern. If there are no social or cultural factors explaining the behavior, yada, 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 no medical or mental health conditions causing the behavior. I did see one on TV one time, a long time ago, when, like, a woman was eating her father's ashes. Like, she would dip her, she would, like, dip her finger in the urn and, like, lick his ashes because she missed him. Dear God. Do you want to be a pure white cat girl healer instead? I don't know. Talk about closure. What in the world? She really missed her daddy. Uranium still tastes good though, says Bo. Bo, this is for you. So I was confused. Yeah, I didn't believe it myself, but then I watched it happen. Razor said I remember that episode. Yeah, it's a thing. Another one that I've seen, as like the paint is another one I've seen. Um, hair is weird, but that's another one I've seen. But yeah, there's a lot of risks of complications. Obviously, if you're eating something that's toxic or has sharp edges or can block your digestive tract or can be contaminated, um, try to get help. Let's see. I'm gonna try to look and see. Okay, yeah, for treatment. While pica is usually benign, it can be harmful depending on what's eaten, and treatment usually involves discussing the condition openly, seeking guidance and resources, and addressing any underlying causes or conditions. Actually, there are some cases where pica disorder can start from malnutrition, where like someone's nutrients are not all being met. They're missing something from their diet, so they find themselves craving very weird things. Dad didn't go out for milk. He became my milk. Ew, Jen. Ew, 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 ew. I'd eat Mrs. Moonson's hair, the red parts specifically. Well, that's enough of that for today. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll leave you all with a quote. Wow. This is a quote from a YouTuber that I like very much. Her name is Bria Jones, and she's having a baby with her husband, and I'm really excited for them. Here's the quote. When you are doing something that is fully meant for you, and you're on the path of least resistance, it's going to fill your cup. I like this quote. She's talking a lot about like choosing a path of ease, and it doesn't mean that everything in life should be easy, but there are times when like you're doing something and it's like literally killing you. And it's agonizing and you hate every moment of it, but you're still doing it. It's like those people that complain about hating their job. They complain every day. They can't stand it, right? And they act like they're stuck there. Like there's no other job in the world. Like there are no other opportunities. There's no choices. He's talking about like don't do that to yourself. Like find something find something that is meant for you. It's worthwhile because when you do have something that's meant for you, you feel the opposite. You feel free. Your face lights up and the passion comes out, etc. I know that's a luxury. I know that could be a luxury. But I also think that a lot of people don't even try to look for it. A lot of people give up before they have the opportunity to try. Hi, Shady, and bye. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I caused this quicker end. I feel called out. You went overboard. Mooney should tell me if I do chat strange things, I can control the tism. No, 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 Jackie, you're fine. You're actually fine. I was planning on ending anyway. I didn't have much more. I was just teasing. Yeah, you're all good. I'm the weird one here. Thank you all. Wow. With that, I bid you a humble farewell. Yeah, goodbye. Meow. Oh, for the bingo. I'm fine. I'm not fine. I forget what's on the bingo card. We're all weird. My AI is broken. I don't know what I'm programmed to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. No Monero? Thank you, Derek. Yeah, I don't have a good excuse. I just simply forgot. I did gamble before stream started and I made a quick buck. Let's see. Why don't we give Oh, I know. 1327374. Woohoo! Enjoy. Does that work? I don't think that worked. I don't think it worked. Maybe it's too much. What if I... Is it broken? Ah, this is going on too long. It definitely worked. Okay, bye. I gotta go. Bye. What?